Very simple, Captain. You use the conquered leaders effectively and everything will fall into place. We're not going to sacrifice the Japanese leaders, we're going to use them.
I'll bear that in mind, Major, when I'm prosecuting some fanatic who swore an oath to the Emperor to wipe us all off the face of the earth.
When does war end and murder begin? When secrets hide behind a blood oath. Bryan Brown, George Takei, Terry O'Quinn, Deborah Unger, with a special appearance by Jason Donovan.
Get on with it! Move! I'm digging.
I want photographs of everything. I mean everything.
The accused are charged.
Do you recognize these men?
Yes.
That bastard.
He is lying.
Ill treatment.
And murder of prisoners of war. How do you plead?
The future of the whole world is being worked out right now.
The future of the world isn't worked out on a grand scale.
Firing party! Ports! Arms!
It's worked out by ordinary people doing their ordinary bloody jobs.
Load!
And you're not working out the future of the world, Major.
Present!
You're just preventing it from being different to the past.
Fire!
Blood oath.
Here, this is it?
Yeah.
Sergeant, get on with it.
Okay, this is it.
You
Come on.
with me.
Dig. Prisoner Ikeuchi. Dig. Dig.
Well, the rest of you fellas, get up here. Come on. Get up here, moving.
Move!
Get him digging. Come on,
Dig,
dig.
you
Put your backs
lot.
into it.
Come on, Speedo, Speedo.
Come on, dig. Put your backs into it. Dig. Dig, you mongrel. That's it.
I want photographs of everything. See? I mean everything. Turn him over.
Holy Jesus. Murdering bastard.
Manja.
Get the body out. Take it easy with it.
Bloody trials. You don't want to try those bastards in a court. You want to try them against the wall.
What are you doing?
Excuse us, sister, we just have to question you.
I'm just doing my job.
You're not allowed in here.
I'll only be a minute.
These patients are my responsibility, and I'm asking you to leave, Captain.
And what am I supposed to do? I've got to prosecute the bastards that did this.
And I've got to make certain that this boy's on that plane tomorrow.
You know how many witnesses I've got?
Let him sleep and let him go home. Parisca dafta obetito Fenton. Fenton, Chipart. These boys have been through enough. Out. Both of you.
Ambon 島において終戦直後という大変困難な状況の中で私は公正な裁判が行われるよう最善を尽くすつもりです。皆さんは決して真実を隠すことなくこの裁判に協力するようにしてください。天皇陛下も全ての帝国海軍軍人がこの裁判に協力することを望まれています。皆さんは階級の上下を問わず本当のことを言うようにしてください。
天皇陛下万歳！万歳！万歳！解散！
明治大学でよろしいでしょうかね。
はい。かれこれ8年になります。
閣下、少しお話ししたいことがあるんですが、話すことなどない。
Got a minute?
Sure.
Take a look at this.
Bastards. Leave Eddie alone. Where's Eddie? Who said this?
Jimmy Fenton. I asked around. He did have a brother, Edward, Air Force.
Eddie Fenton. Get the file on the flyers.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks. You're out of bounds, Sheeting. What was their last radio position?
Trying to make contact with the civilized world.
He's got better things to do.
Well, Major Roberts said to be okay.
That's very decent of him.
North of Cape Hilla. 3 degrees 32 south, 128 degrees 5 minutes east. Radio they were hit, then silence.
And that was it. Close to the island.
What date?
July 44.
Jimmy would have been here then. Eddie must have been on the island.
Wake him up.
Right.
Photos, Jack. Got him? Thanks.
Move it.
Move it!
You recognize these men? Don't play silly buggers, Tojo. Answer the question.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I remember. No. It's this way.
It's no rush, Jimmy.
This way. He doesn't know where he is.
Keep going.
Come on, get the lead out of your hands, Tojo.
This is it.
You sure, Jimmy? Private, how long were you a prisoner of war?
How long?
Sister, are you sure Private Fenton is capable of testifying?
Over 3 years.
Were you ever beaten during that time?
Answer the question, Private.
I was beaten.
Who carried out the beatings?
Ikiuchi. The one we call the Black Bastard. Horse-faced. They broke 8 of my ribs. They split my skull. Almost bloody crippled me. He knew every bit of bastard going, those blokes.
Who gave the orders for these beatings?
That bastard. Ikeuchi. One bashing. It was 30 of us. And Ikeuchi, that bloody whistle, he blew it to stop the beatings, and he blew it to start the beatings all over again. We lost 3 good blokes that day. The rest of us... No one had the right to do that to us. We were soldiers. A bit later on, when the guards weren't looking, I was pulled away by some of my mates. I crawled as fast as I could to a hut and got underneath it. Just sort of sat there for a while. Hours went by. I don't know how many still. The beatings went on.
Private. What else did you see?
What else? The truck. Yes, a truck was coming. Eddie! It's me! It's Jimmy! Can you hear me? Eddie! Eddie!
Sister Littell, you assured this tribunal this man was fit to testify?
That is my professional opinion, sir.
It is my advice to this tribunal, he is not.
I am! I'm fit to testify.
Were these the men with your brother?
Face a mess. But yeah, it looks like them.
Where were your brother and the 3 men held?
Isolation block. Away from the rest of us. Most of the guards were out of the camp on work parties. So I got under the wire. And I see Ikeuchi.
Your mission was bombing our reconnaissance. Bombing! You tell! You tell me all. Reconnaissance!
I submit the record of evidence given by the late Private James Fenton,
together with photographs of the decapitated bodies of the 4 officers, along with their identification tags. Captain, who gave the order for the execution of these officers?
I know nothing of any executions.
Private James Fenton swore under oath he saw you interrogate Flight Lieutenant Edward Fenton.
He was lying.
He further stated that he followed a truck carrying the officers and a car in which you were a passenger to a place in the jungle, to a spot where only a few days ago you dug up the decapitated bodies of these officers. Bushido tradition demands that enemy officers of this rank be executed by Japanese officers of equal rank. Who were they? Lieutenant Tanaka, do you recognize these men?
Yes.
When did you first see them?
The morning they were brought to the court-martial building by Captain Ikeuchi.
Captain Ikeuchi. Who was in charge of courts-martial on Ambon?
Baron Takahashi presided over them with 2 other officers, Captain Ikeuchi and Lieutenant Shimada, the legal officer.
Baron Takahashi lied to this tribunal, ordered the summary execution of pilots, and destroyed all records. This evidence must be put to better use than to simply convict his junior officers. Officers of insufficient rank, presumably, to play any part in post-war regional politics. Lieutenant Tanaka previously questioned the orders from his superiors. This time he did not. His instruction to execute a defenseless prisoner was represented to him as a great honor in the Japanese tradition.
I do not want a blindfold. I'm not frightened of death.
Sorry. It's regulations.
Firing party! Ports! Arms! Load!
I'm Tom Pledger.
I'm Bob Allen.
We arrived on Ambon on the 17th of December, 41. And we never got up the ships until after dark. And they took us by trucks then into Tantui, which was to be our camp.
Yes, that was excellent. Then I went across to Laha. I went across with the other company that went across, and we set up a sig station near the aerodrome, and I was there till 10 days before the Japs landed. I was lucky I got across the other side and didn't get back to Laha, so I was very, very lucky.
Well, we didn't know that. Nobody knew then until after the war.
After the war.
And then we found out that the 250 odd, I think it was, had been either bayoneted or beheaded at Laha into two separate graves. We could see it all from the camp.
Dutch officer.
And they just got all these Jap soldiers out from the camp, from the town. I think they're mostly drunk myself, and gave them iron bars, pick handles, anything, and just let them get stuck into these Dutchmen.
It was 30 officers.
I don't know how many killed. I can't recollect now, but I know they killed quite a few. That was when things dawned on us that it wasn't going to be all beer and skittles. Take the Japanese when they came to us. They've been how many years in dysentery? It was one of the first, worst, and beriberi. I had beriberi 5 times.
What's the symptoms of beriberi?
Well, beriberi is that your body, your heart's not strong enough to lift all the waste out of your tissues and up, and you pass as urine. So you start to swell at the tips of your feet and your fingers, and then gradually swell till it gets up in your lungs around. The ladies don't mind. I've carried my testicles around my hand like a football. They were that big. If you bent your knee, it'd crack and the fluid would start to run down your legs. And unless you could urinate, you were done. And I've seen them urinate a kerosene tin in one night.
Questionnaires for the war crimes trials? Did you have to fill out any?
I was, but I got a wire to ask to come down and go over on the trial. And then after about 3 weeks, I got another telegram to say that they had enough evidence and they just accepted my affidavit.
We stopped the Japs from coming to Australia because we held them up for about a fortnight, and that gave the Americans time to get round into Australia.